Last night I went to take that kick off the Circus Tour in Southampton, and we're going to talk about it. So this is a new type of video. I want to be able to vlog concerts, but I get really socially awkward. So I thought best thing is to film content for it and then talk about it either the evening or the following day. So that's what we are doing, and we are starting this series off with a very important one for me. Take That the Circus Tour. It's very, very different to all the other music you can see behind me. You know, saying that Take That is literally right there. But yeah, Take That was the first gig I ever went to with my mum. It was at the Progress Tour, and next week would have been her 50th birthday. So I thought I'd go to this show in celebratory of her. And yeah, this might have been the best ever live show I've seen with my eyes. And I've seen Bring Me the Horizon multiple times, but wow, this really makes Bring Me's look appalling and dreadful. So I managed to get these tickets last minute, front row standing, so we got very close. The evening started with Belinda Carlisle, which I know she has a couple songs, Having a Place on Earth, and I think it was called Take My Hand or something, which I didn't know it. I thought I only knew what's the song? I literally just said Heaven and a Place on Earth, but it turns out I didn't know that second one. And she was okay. It's someone I'd bop my head to. When Heaven's a Place on Earth came on, I did sing along, but I didn't be like, wow, that was amazing. I mean, she was still very, very good. I think she was 67. Okay, there was so many people doing 6'7". But yeah, it was all right. Didn't hate it. I've seen a lot of worse sport acts in the time. Then we had the script, and I was really excited for the script. They've been all about since I've been growing up as a kid. You know, you had Break Even and Man Away Removed. Hall of Fame, I remember, was like my leaver song when I was in year 3. And then we moved on to Superheroes, and there were some other songs that I was like, oh, this is the script. But yeah, they were very good. Yeah, not really. There was never really much stage design for the script or Belinda. They I think Belinda had a drum kit which said her name on it, but apart from that, the script didn't really have anything. It was quite funny. He called someone's boyfriend during the show, which I think must have just been so awkward for that person, poor bugger. But no, the scripts were very, very good. I think Belinda Carlisle, the stadium felt roomy, but when there was the script, it was definitely starting to get packed out. Yeah, they played bangers from like Superheroes. They played one I remember, Rain. That was such a good song. I must have known that was the script, but I forgot. But yeah, that was a really fun song. And Hall of Fame, I was like, it was tarnished because I remember doing it as year 3, and it just became cringe. But that was such a fun song to hear live. Even I think Break Even was my favorite though. That is such an amazing song. And yeah, in between these bits that you put me down, I am going to put in clips. Some I'll be talking over, and some will just be the clips. But I want to sort of make it a vloggy and a talk over video as well. Just thought I'd put that now before we get into the main act. Now, obviously, this is a tour that has happened before the Circus Tour, so I knew to a degree what we were getting into. I didn't know if the set list was going to be dead set the same, and I believe it possibly is close to it. But wow, you can watch the Wembley video on YouTube, but it will not compare to seeing it in person. I urge you to see this live show if you haven't before. If you haven't, or if you don't have tickets, even try to get seats. It is so worth it. So they opened, the circus acts were coming down to the B stage. There was like this, I can't remember. I know what I can envision like a pulley. It's like a moving thing, but they pull each lever. Someone please tell me in the comments what it's for, but they're jumping off it and moving it, and there's no safety netting on, nothing. But I don't know if they're actors that were hired or if these are actual people from an actual, and they do a touring circus. I believe Gary said that majority of them are the people that were on the 2009 tour, which is insane to me. That is like mental. That maybe if they had to relearn all this, do they remember it to a degree? I don't know, but they go across to the B stage. they come up in this man goes up in this hot air balloon and reveals that the band is there. They start with The Greatest Day, and oh my god, let me talk about this. I mean, the Circus album there was two albums for me that are pinnacle I remember in my childhood. One is Razorlight by Razorlight, and the other is The Circus. There's so many songs in this album that luckily I got to hear the majority of them last night. Apart from She Said, I'm feeling that's not even on streaming services. That is one of my most memorable Take That songs as a child. But yeah, these songs mean so much to me. To hear that piano of Greatest Day start and they're all there, and wow, it was just, I mean, I've heard Greatest Day before. Again, I believe they opened it with the Progress Tour, but I mean, now I've grown up, I appreciate it a lot more. And wow, it was just amazing. You had the balloon there. I believe rumours had it that is Southampton's intern trying to spy for next season. No, joking. Funny, I made a TikTok about that, and that's on about 70,000 views at the minute, which is mental. But no, that was amazing. And then they played Hello, and like in 2009 and this tour, they had the same thing with the ladders and all that, and that was very cool. And they did a couple more songs at the B stage, ending with Back for Good at that stage. At these water fountains. Now, I haven't seen a clip. I haven't watched the full of the Circus DVD, and I didn't know if there was water effects on that. I don't know if there is, but wow, it was just so amazing. We were 5 songs in on a B stage as well, by the way. And then probably the biggest moment of the whole night for me personally is when they start to play The Garden and the elephant comes out and it's colossal and it's walking across, and that was the most moving part of the night for me, apart from one of the last songs. That just was like, this is a tour unlike any tour before. Like, you can say Taylor Swift era's tour, but I don't know. This was crafted in 2009 to be that far progressed. And seeing it in a new updated version is just wow. And then move over to the main stage, do a lot of songs. They do Shine. Gary does some songs on piano. They do a bit of older melody. Gary plays The Circus on piano by himself, which again, hauntingly beautiful. And this man's doing the tightrope. Again, no safety net. My heart was like, oh, I'm wrong. I could just see this going really badly. And no, he's walking a full stadium length, by the way, like a football pitch length almost. Maybe not football pitch, but one team's half and a quarter probably the length across. And wow, so incredibly talented. I think that's what people take that are good, but I think the main thing is showing off all these people with their talents on this stage. It is truly, truly magnificent, and that's what makes this tour amazing. They played songs like Shine, and they had people doing on like trapeze, flipping around, pyro, confetti about 4 times. And then they come out for, I think this last section really took the cake for me to some of my favourite bits. They come out and play What Is Love. Again, such a beautiful song off The Circus. Start to do their makeup and everything. They do a medley of all 90s Take That songs, which for me aren't as memorable songs to me personally. I like Relight My Fire, which they played right towards the end by itself, but like Take That and Party and all that isn't my, like I said, 2000 Take That is my era, my love, but I still really appreciated, because it was that was more boy band Take That, and it was really exciting to see. And you had Mark, Howard and Gary come down on their tricycles. I've got this amazing picture of Gary, genuinely might be one of the best photos I've ever taken. They come across the B stage, and then they start what I think, again, contention for best song of the night. Said It All, and it starts normal, and then this man's coming over on this wheel spinning around, and that's good. I was like, that's impressive enough. And then they're heading back to backstage as it's the crescendoing after the bridge. Confetti's going off. 7 people like running down the catwalk doing backflips. Just amazing. Genuinely, it is so. It's a spectacle. You're watching, you're like, there is so much going on, and it's so synchronized, and it's genuinely so beautiful. I really hope they record one of the shows in full and release it as a DVD again. Oh, I need to watch the full Wembley DVD but it is genuinely magnificent, this show, and it was like seeing I paid £120, and I genuinely think I just should have paid more for what I witnessed. Like, I feel like I've lowballed on the price. It could have been 200 plus, because this is a spectacle. You're seeing a circus show and you're seeing a concert. It was unreal. And then take that, they played Never Forget again. People are singing loudly. It's getting to the big hitters now, and take that proving why they're playing at stadiums. And we do Relight My Fire, where this massive figure comes down. We got Pyro, take that, having fire. I never thought what's the day. They bring out a lady. I don't know who she is. I don't know if it's the person who actually sung on the track. I'm not sure, so if someone knows, let me know. And then for me, my highlight, how it comes up for Hold Up a Light. One of my favourite Take That songs. It's just giving. The instrumental of the second verse is so Black Parade coded. I mean, saying that, this tour is like the Black Parade for middle-aged women. Like, but it could be better. Like, it could be better than the Black Parade tour. I would let you know when I see that in the next month. But it's such a spectacle. And Hold Up a Light, they're going down to the runway, Elephant comes back up, and people have got these like propellers, and I've seen so many theatrical shows. I've seen Bring Me the Horizon, The Killers put on a good show, Architects, President. I'm seeing these bands who are very performance based, but none of them really stand to what I saw last night. It's revolutionary, and I say it's been a concept for 10, 17 years ago they did it, but it still holds up. No, if they was to bring a tour back, then I think they picked the right one. And then they ended it with Ruling the World, which I think I would have rather end on Never Forget. Personally, I think the first encore should have been Rule the World, but again, it was still beautiful, and with fireworks going off crazy. But yeah, that was such an amazing show. They really pulled out all the stops for that one, and it is only 91, so I'd love to see it on even a bigger stadium, like when they play West Ham Stadium in London. I really am debating re-going, because genuinely it was perfect, down to the last detail. But there's not really much else to say. How can I top this? I really don't know how I can go to a better concert than this. But yeah, let me know if you were there, if you enjoyed it, where you sat, your favourite songs of the night, if you're planning on going on the tour, what you're looking forward to. And thank you for watching this vlog reaction talking video. Thanks for watching. Bye.